Ня-ня-ня-ня-ня-ня-ня-ня. Ня. Трали-вали, шмали-гаднамали. Это, в общем, начало второй серии. Мы разбили на 2 части, поэтому приятного просмотра. Так, возвращаемся в Великий Храм на руками. У нас такая, знаете, миссия очень интересная. Учитывая, что уже почти 100 гигабайт у нас весит запись, но, надеюсь, она сожмется хотя бы на 70.
You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Пойти поесть.
Don't know. You must understand the situation you are facing.
Ну ладно, так тоже можно.
The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun.
Она просто
The ones behind
лепешечка.
it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet, with a single-minded focus on eternity. Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on. Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from the outset.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions would veto it straight away with no negotiation.
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions are in some form of collusion with the Fatui. Foolish humans, blinded by their greed. Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large, has the 2 rogue commissions wrapped around their finger, and is distributing delusions from the shadows. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of 2 commissions and the Raiden Shogun, we would be rather hard-pressed to track them down.
So, what should we do?
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion in the Tenryou Commission.
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything you just said, it sounds like the Tenryou Commission has rebelled already.
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betraying the shogunate. I mean inciting a certain someone to betray the Tenryou Commission. If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She visits the shrine at this time every month, and she is our guest today. She also appears to be standing right behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an
Да пошла ты,
Нас пригласили.
курочка.
Вообще-то Тенгу. Она типа ворон.
Типа.
Ворон.
Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming with me to headquarters.
Обязательно.
See?
Affirmative.
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Дайте нам поиграть
Use
за
of force
Еймику.
here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun?
Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
Я не преступник.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your subordinates to leave. We have things to discuss.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Пока, ребята.
Ты моя слава.
Сейчас будут взрослые дяди, тети разговаривать, а вы будете стоять и ждать.
Guji-ai,
Солдатушки,
I'm a little
бравые
curious.
ребятушки,
Does it not
где
also
же ваши
dishonor the Shogun to
пушки?
hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
You're the same as ever, Kujo-Sara. No one can match you when it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too.
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
Oh, it's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you been kept in the dark? Or are you the only one left in the light?
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knees. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission, they're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the shogun.
You're saying the Kujo clan betrayed the shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guji Yai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the shogun since ancient times, and remains absolutely loyal to this day. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the shogun. At every level of the Tenryou Commission, especially from the head of the clan, Kujo Takayuki. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the shogun pales in comparison to his. How could he ever even dream of acting against the shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence. As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not see, simply because you do not wish to look. And so, it falls to me to place the truth before your eyes, in all its ugliness.
3 days? I'll be here. But if I don't see any evidence, I will demand a formal apology for slandering the Kujo clan. He will have to come with me.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days. I look forward to it very much.
That was so scary. Hyman wasn't expecting to run into Kujo
Там его уничтожили.
But, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is that all in hand and good to go, or...?
Уверена, что нет.
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her.
Поэтому я попросила 3 дня.
Not entirely unexpected.
As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with. We can't expect to be in control of every last detail when we're facing off against a god, can we?
Okay, but what are we gonna do though? We only have 3 days.
If we want to get our evidence, we're going to need some help.
Ah.
Now, come with me.
Ты, животное, успокойся.
Еще книжки. Так, ну может телепортируемся все-таки? Ну, в принципе, да, почему бы и, собственно, и нет. Так.
Кого мы там разбудим?
А?
Кого мы разбудим?
Ну, я полагаю, что Саю.
Ха!
Все баннеры обновились.
Классненько. Тамаки. А вот и оно.
That toy Tanuki just turned into a human! What's going on? Hyman's never seen one of these before. Not a Tanuki. I'm a Muchina. I'm so tired. If I don't get enough sleep, it'll stunt my growth. Is this the professional you were talking about? She doesn't look very professional at all.
She is a member of the Shiumatsuban, a genuine, bona fide ninja.
Wow, a ninja? So was that one of those legendary ninja transformation techniques? Anyway, what's the Shiumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission, a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties, so I have no right to give orders to the Shiumatsuban. However, convincing their most chronically lazy member to help us is well within my abilities. Here's what I need you to do. Go into town and find evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. It would not be appropriate for me to be seen there myself.
You make it sound so simple, but...
Oh, I thought you would have figured it out by now. All right then. I'll indulge you with a little more information. For a complete outsider, probing the inner workings of the Tenryou Commission is nigh on impossible. But since the three commissions work together to serve the Shogun, they have a close relationship. Someone from one of the other commissions might have an easier job of figuring out what they're up to. Now you're following me? The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet, but with the help of this Shiu Matsuban ninja, I'm sure you'll be able to rendezvous with your friends.
Она спит стоя.
Don't forget, we're on a tight schedule here. Be sure to bring back the evidence in good time.
Так, ну идем в каморку, получается. В каморку, чайный дом, каморка.
Каморка.
Что у нас по рангу приключений? Скоро 45-й.
Предлагаю добить за кадром. А мы не хотим забрать у Катеньки ничего?
Заберем.
Нет, солнышко. А ну отдай. Отдай.
Микрофон. Ой, наушники.
Кто мою шляпу?
Чайный дом, комары.
Да?
Toma! Toma! You there? It's us! We're back!
А вот и он.
What brings you here? Did you meet with the resistance? How's the battle going? Is it safe for me to come out yet?
Он все время сидит тут, короче.
Ныкается.
Not just yet. We saw people patrolling on our way here.
So, it's still not over. I guess you came here because you have something to discuss? I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato. Bear with me for 1 second.
Тома Аяка слушает рассказ о текущей ситуации. Осторожно.
See.
Я же говорю, положи ее на диван.
Она такая тактильная.
I understand.
Такая
You need
трогательная.
evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Let me think. Now that you mention it, there is one thing that has always concerned me. The Shogun's army has been at war with the resistance for a long time now. I used to think that she simply didn't care. But looking at it now, perhaps the problem all along has been with the Tenryou Commission's reports to the Shogun.
What do you mean?
The Tenryou Commission presides over domestic military affairs. If they ever had any intention of concealing information in their reports, meanwhile, the Shogun would incorrectly
спит,
conclude
наверное,
that
снова.
the Vision Hunter Cree poses no threat
А зачем ей
and would stick to
искусственный
her
хвост?
decision.
But as I recall, the only person authorized to access that kind of official documentation is Kujo Takayuki. It's heavily guarded too. Even with Sayu's help, swiping a document from under their noses is no easy task.
If only there was a way we could distract the guards just for long enough.
Yoimiya's fireworks!
Да, конечно.
That's a
Как
very
же мы могли не подумать
toneless
об этом?
suggestion, but it's a reasonable one. The statue of the omnipresent god is right by the Tenryou Commission. If someone set off fireworks near the statue, they certainly wouldn't ignore it. While they were preoccupied with that, Sayu could
Саю не
infiltrate
зуб
the
ногой
Tenryou
еще.
Commission and take the report, as well as any other evidence she might find.
Great! It feels like I'm getting closer and closer to being a free man again. It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat down and talked like this.
Смотри, там нормальная еда. Правда,
Well,
все
it
сладкое,
certainly
ну
felt like
ладно.
it to me. I've been looking forward to seeing you again every day since I got here.
Бедолашка.
This tea house used to be my favorite hiding place, but now I've honestly lost track of how long it's been since I last set foot outside of here.
Все-таки как
Oh,
собака
man.
управляет
I
этим
want to
местом,
go
я
to
не
the hot
понимаю.
springs so
Не
badly.
знаю.
Poor Toma.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. The sooner the Vision Hunt Decree is abolished, the sooner Toma will be free. This was a reunion of sorts, but there's no time to catch up. We'll celebrate properly when it's all over.
Ooh, let's play the hot pot game again.
You're still thinking about that?
The Tenryou Commission is heavily guarded. Be careful when you get near. Let's meet back here afterwards.
Alright, first let's go to Hanamizaka to find Yoimiya.
Я предлагаю нам на этом закончить.
И что, обрывать задание потом подписчикам выпуск? Как-то нелогично.
Почему?
Опа.
Но это явно еще продолжительно будет. Хочешь, можешь разбить и просто... Сейчас мы можем записать абсолютно все, а потом выпустить в начале 2 серии, а потом уже выпуск с подписчиками. То есть снять его, когда снимем, а выпустить немножко позже.
Можно.
И еще бы кому бы нам прийти. Можно шоколадку? Спасибо.
Извините, ты что сделал микрофончик?
Move well away from it after you light the fuse, and try to avoid burning your clothes. Also, it's best that you cover your ears. Why does Paimon feel so nervous?
Я бы сам испугался.
Don't worry, it's just a firework. Come on, what's the worst that could happen? We'll give it a try. Thanks, Yoimiya. Well,
Так.
distraction. Now we just
Дождитесь полуночи.
Фейерверк не выглядит опасным и большим.
Идеально.
Педант.
Так, нам отправить сюда, комиссия Т3 будет сейчас салютик взрывать и отвлекать людишек.
The warrant is for your arrest. Freeze!
Что?
А, то есть нужно еще мимо них проезжать.
Угу. Сахароза чего-то хочет, я сейчас вернусь.
Пошли вы все. Жопу я под вами пройду. Ну, так лучше.
pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. If one of them spots you, I'll get caught. We need to get rid of him, or I won't be able to sneak inside. After I get the document, let's meet back at Tomori Tea House, okay? Also, if I do get caught, please come rescue me. Is this really a good idea? Anyway, let's make our way to the statue.
Так, направляемся к статуе, не знаю что. А, запустить... Нам нужно запустить фейерверк. А, мы отвлекаем, чтобы Сая пробралась, собственно... Короче, я понял. Да что ж ты, блин... Ты угораешь. А как? Что это за хрень? Мы все просрали. Капец. Зачем эти штуки сделали? Это специально для отвлечения внимания. Ненормальная течь. Куда нам?
Is this an answer from this world?
А время идет, елки-палки, еще время идет, капец. Да ладно! А, все. Тьфу ты, блин. Поговорите с комиссату Аякой.
Well, how did it go? Well done. Let's wait for news from Sayu.
Через некоторое время.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little too much exercise.
Да ладно тебе.
I feel so dizzy. Everyone is spinning. No, I can't sleep yet. There was something important I was supposed to do.
На серия 2 часа.
Oh,
Ну,
right.
по-моему, по моим подсчетам, осталось немножко.
I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so I just swiped a whole bunch of stuff that looks suspicious. Here you go.
Что это был за взгляд?
I'm going to sleep now.
Почему нам до сих пор ни разу не показали Аята?
Не знаю. У меня такой же вопрос был.
In addition, we have correspondence with the Fatui. It seems that Gujiai was right. They have been fomenting unrest behind the scenes. This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Gujiai. I trust you will have a plan for the next step. I will also gather some people to try and root out the rest of the Fatui in Inazuma.
Still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun. I still get goosebumps just thinking about her drawing that blade.
Зато как эротично.
We'll just have to trust Gujiai. She is close to the Shogun, so maybe she will have a way. If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for a meeting with Yaimiko soon. Let's pack up our things and get ready to head to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Но 3 дня не прошло, как по мне. И близко. Так. Пойдемте. Телепорт гора Його. Його-го!
Lady Guji, here I am, as promised. Rest assured I came here alone and told...
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your mind off it these past few days. Have you managed to get any sleep at all?
You're quite mistaken. I would never doubt the leaders of my clan. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our hands on this stuff.
Hand them to Sarah. She can examine them for herself.
What is this?
Так, сейчас почитаем. Сверкающие молнии простираются над всей Надзумой, показывая вечный путь Сёгуна Райден к далеким морям и распространяя волю ее по всей земле. Ваш преданный слуга Кудзё Такаюки из комиссии Тенрё смиренно представляет этот меморандум. Охота на глаза Бога проходит беспрепятственно. Великий Сёгун, благодаря вашему милосердию и могуществу, все преступники пойманы, беглецы воспрещены, а народ повсюду поддерживает вас. Вся Инадзума пребывает в мире благодаря божественной силе Сёгуна.
I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujo clan, and it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resistance, Sangonomiya, or the situation on the front line. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line, or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want to hide it?
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy if all of the things you just mentioned appeared in this report?
So, the Tenryo Commission, they are deliberately deceiving the Shogun?
Yes. Now, who else do you think might be benefiting from the Vision Hunt decree?
This is a letter from the Tenryo Commission to the Fatui. The head of the Kujo clan kept this a secret from the Shogun too.
Well, the things you wanted to see but also wished not to see are here before you. Surely.
Вот так вот.
Planning to turn a blind eye to them?
So everything I've ever held on to, it's all... How could they? Ugh! This betrayal is unforgivable. Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do.
Пошла разбираться.
Seems pretty angry, Looks like our Tenryou rebellion is successfully underway. Yep. Let's catch up with...
Hold on, traveler. There's something else we need to discuss.
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent god, correct? You must find a way to recreate the circumstances of that day. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the statue of the omnipresent god, you will have the opportunity you need. Take this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very potent indeed. I thought I'd put one aside for you. If you find yourself at your wit's end, take it out and see what happens. Maybe your prayers will be answered and all your problems will disappear in the blink of an eye. Or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up appearing right in front of you.
Cut it out, Fox Lady. This isn't the time or place to be poking fun at the traveler.
Такая серьезная.
I'm sorry. Well then, time for you to face my hopeless fool of a friend. I'm counting on you.
Так, ну нам сюда. Нам сюда. Где вы? Опа.
You followed me here?
А мы отдали письмо парнишке?
Да.
Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least until I have received an explanation from Takayuki. But if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter, then not only will you be arrested immediately, but you'll also be charged with one more crime. Do I make... Good.
Показывай дорогу, уже хватит.
Она бежит. Невероятно. Обычно все ходят этой неспешной походкой.
Так открыл бы дверь уже, не знаю. Так, одиночный режим.
Но мы и так одиночки.
Поехали. Нам сейчас на Сару дадут поиграть.
Нам приказали никого не впускать. С дороги мне нужно поговорить с ним. Дважды повторять не буду. Дай Сару, Сару. Симпатично.
Если Сары на основе нет даже ни разу.
Мне тоже нет. Она нам нужна.
Она хороший, кстати, саппорт. Для Райден, для Ямико. Что это?
Ешка?
Ого! А чего вас так много? Покажи ульту свою. Ого. Она больше прокачивает, чем наши персонажи в любом случае.
Глава отдела внутренних дел клана Кудзё. Такацукаса Токибэй Тэцу. Сложное имя. Это тебе не китайские имена. Ло, Мао, Жо, Кьё и тому подобное.
Капец, он дамажится еле-еле.
Да уж. А он сзади тоже бьет, прикол. Не бей ее, подлюка. Бей его, бей его, бей его! Сарочка! Сара, Сара! Если ты отойдешь от него...
О!
Угу. Призывай телохранителей командует ими. Вступайте в бой с ними с осторожностью.
Со всех сторон шмаляют.
Да уж.
Я не нажал, ну ладно.
У нее появляются крылья. Так она человек или кто?
Я без понятия, кто она. У нее есть глаз бога, вот что тебе скажу.
Это ожидаемо.
Какой ты живучий, кошмар. А, ты еще своих пешек привел.
Да. Но на них не обращай внимания, бей его. Живой еще. Вот так.
И все умерли. Внезапно.
Да! Только не мы спятили, а ты спятил, кусок вонючки.
Пошел ты нахуй! Понял?
Master, I...
Go on, ask him. Don't let him intimidate you.
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui. Please, tell me why.
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters. You stole them.
Вообще-то нет.
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryou Commission really betrayed the shogunate?
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yes,
Не
the
стал
report you
отпираться.
saw was penned by my hand.
He just came right out of
Он чувствует свою безнаказанность.
Diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed, and all they requested of me in return was to see that the Vision Hunt decrees upheld.
Музыка пошла напряженная, напряженная музыка пошла.
There is no shortage of clans who would tear us down at the first opportunity. So, when the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack down on our enemies at the same time, it appeared to me to be an excellent deal. I simply saw no need to inform you, Sub.
But you worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time and act like it's nothing?
Betrayal? How can you call this a betrayal? The Fatui may think they are using me, but the reverse is true.
Они могут много чего сделать, так что ты дурачок. Просто старый дурак.
When the lightning strikes in Inazuma, they shall fall to their
Конечно.
knees and tremble.
Когда у Инадзумы не останется нормальных,
None can contend with the
способных
supreme
что-то
power
сделать с
of the
владельцами
almighty Raiden Shogun and the
этого глаза
Musono
порчи
Hitotachi.
бойцов без глаза бога. Она же всех
He doesn't
приберет.
worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but her power as a warrior. Especially the Muso no Hitotachi. In fact, he seems to be way too into it.
But Master, what about loyalty? Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, you taught me the importance of loyalty from servants to their
Что-то
superiors.
запахло. Это пахнет.
Не знаю. Но едва пахнет.
But it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties
чем
to
запахло?
stop with the Kujo
Потом
clan.
скажу.
So you were scared that I would betray you one day? You hypocrite! Preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched selfishness!
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujo clan.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way. If he thinks the Kujo clan is a match for the Fatui, Paimon thinks he's in for a nasty surprise.
I've doubted the Vision Hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? Even though it goes against what I know in my heart to be right. But I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us is qualified to judge between right and wrong when we have not yet reached the end of the path? But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end, while this path, it has long since been defiled by your selfish ways. So I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this. If nothing else, my conscience will be clear.
Stubborn and futile. Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujo clan's position is now unshakable, and nothing you can do will
Ну, не
change
знаю, не
this.
знаю.
The Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat, a harbinger by the name of Siniora.
Signora's the one behind all this? Not her again. Way back in Rito, Lady Hiragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting with an arrogant-sounding woman. We should have known.
A diplomat from Snezhnaya. Well, if she thinks she's leaving Inazuma in one piece, she's got another thing
В
coming.
этом ты права.
Sarah stormed off. Do you think she's gonna go barge into Tenshukaku right now? You can say that again. All right then, let's do this.
Так. Вперед! Вперед, синьору убивать, на куски резать ее. Стерву.
А почему они все... А, это Сара постаралась, наверное.
What's the hurry?
Мы буквально по ним прошлись. Какие мы нехорошие. О, нет. Он ничего нам не хочет сказать. Досин. Какой длинный путь. Ты прикинь, если бы мы реально шли пешком. Задохнулись бы еще до того, как дошли. Нормальный отряд. Артефактов нет, оружия тоже, ну, ничего страшного.
The way people charge in here as they please. So uncivilized. If I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of street market. Have you learned your lesson now?
Oh no! What has she done to Kujo-Sara?
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora. Then I apologize, Almighty Shogun. I know, you can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't need to call my name all the time. Don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. I'm well aware that you hate me, with the way you follow me around like a dark shadow. Ah, so you came to expose my crimes in front of the Shogun? I'm just a Snezhnayan diplomat. I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
Не материться, говорите мне. Я скажу, пиздоболка.
She doesn't take us seriously at all.
Stop talking about people and things that I care nothing about. They were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But now, at least, they get to be building blocks in the grand revolution to realize eternity. Is that not the greatest honor they could hope for in their tiny little lives? Almighty Shogun, do correct me if I'm wrong. That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold a grudge.
Просто хорошая память, в
Tsarita's
отличие
dream
от
is
тебя.
the noblest
Ты
and
нехорошая.
purest thing in all the world. These other mundane details you insist on mentioning, they're just necessary sacrifices. You stop me? For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around as well. But I didn't have you down as someone quite so
Кошка просится вовнутрь.
foolhardy. Before you go
Вовремя.
saying something,
Может быть, запустишь ее, тогда и начнем бой.
remember that you're Inazuma's most wanted criminal. I suggest you consider your circumstances very carefully. Charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the Shogun wasn't the brightest move. I'm not sure you realize quite how much distance there is between us, both in status and in strength.
I challenge you.
Он заговорил.
А, я все пропустила! Ну блин!
To a duel before the throne.
Proceed. My, you're full of surprises today. So you've learned to make the law of the land work for you
Арен
too.
сказала, приступайте.
I'll admit that I never
я
expected
услышала
to
уже.
be in a situation where the two of us were on equal footing. You are aware that the loser must die.
Traveler,
Заткнись уже, господи, ты постоянно трындишь.
Then I will deign to share this last dance with you. Till death do us part. A lesson on
Махач.
harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
Довольно хорошо идем. Только вы... Да. Не замерзать.
come on, we can do it. Nice and spicy.
Блять, заморозка. Какая же ты все-таки бесполезная Барбара. Где она? У нее сила, как у криогипостазиса.
Come a little closer.
Как же ты просто замерзаешь?
Into the frozen void.
Nice and spicy.
Tactless rodent.
Ты где?
Какая музыка красивая.
Detestable.
Пора покушать.
Let the show begin.
Into the frozen void.
Война войной, обед по расписанию, я тебе отвечаю.
Не хотелось бы. Барбара, скажи, а у тебя есть стол какой-нибудь или нет?
Да,
Ты такая
есть.
бездарная.
Она недокачанная.
Так ее замораживают. В смысле недокачивание? Почему здесь недокачивание?
Ей нужен щит.
Какой ей щит нужен? Ее замораживают, ты понимаешь?
Ну что-нибудь ей нужно.
Ничего не поможет здесь, это бесполезный
Ну, она
персонаж.
Гидра. Как бы Кокоми тоже бы
Got some nerve laying your hands on me.
заморозили.
Harbinger
Всё.
power has
Используйте элементальные реакции, чтобы как можно скорее пробить щит. Стало временем. Я сделаю так, чтобы моя судьба проявилась снова. Трепещи в ожидании, у тебя есть все основания бояться. Спасибо за напутствие.
Капец, что меня замораживает?
То, что на тебя летит с потолка. Почти. Какие красивые мотыльки.
Кошмар.
Что, моя сладенькая? Что тебе нужно?
The pale flame smolders.
Кошмар. Да, на начальном уровне сложно с ней драться. Да капец, ты что, издеваешься? Бабочка драная. Все.
Это кокон.
Pale flame, lay waste to frozen shell and witness my suffering.
Бедный, бледный огонь разрушит мою ледяную оболочку и станет свидетелем моих страданий. В адском пламени войны и искупления твоя душа будет сожжена. Розалина, крючка, Лоефальтер. Розалина, крючка. Кручка, кручка. В смысле, кручка от кручины или что? Зачем ты его бьешь?
Come a little closer.
Потому что она восстанавливает
Да это у нее платье пышное, конечно, мощь. Моя сладенькая. Смерть, заветная агония. Ты чувствуешь? Конечно, чувствую. Мы горим. Ты горишь, как агония. У меня агония. Это любовь или это паранойя? Смешная штука. Ого, ничего себе, у нее хлыст.
Что ж ты не переключаешься на Кэю? Быстрее. Да не мешай! Да, очень тяжелое сегодня задание, прям тяжкое. Разбьем на 2 серии, наверное.
Да, однозначно 2 серии. Так что, если вы сидите и не понимаете, в чем проблема, мы разбили на 2 серии. Это была очень длинная серия, была бы, но нет. Или да. Узнаете, когда посмотрите.
Не ульты, вот мне вот больше всего не нравится. Ульты вообще нет.
Горячо.
Да, подходи вот сюда. А чё ты... Ты же рядом с этой штукой. Что за ерунда?
Видимо, состояние огня очень долго восстанавливается.
Не, ну в принципе мы почти одолели.
Угу. Почти.
Но мне кажется, скорее было попроще.
Если бы ты съел что-нибудь усиливающее, может было бы легче.
О.
Тайни.
Капец, ульту просрали.
Ну не всю. Ты же так остываешь.
Так, я моментально остываю.
Ай!
What's the hurry? Not even ashes will remain.
Лиза, ульта бы твоя сейчас не помешала бы. Сучка. Ну чё, артефакты налутаем.
И будем бить больно. Очень больно. И очень много.
Лиза мертва.
Лиза?
Да.
Нет, еще нет.
Да что ж ты бьешь-то туда? О!
А вот теперь да. Убери ее.
Поперек. Я не переключалась, не знаю почему.
I am a Snezhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me, swear. If you strike me, I will make sure. The Fatui will make sure that your precious Inazuma... Stop! I order you! And you! Filthy rats! All of you!
are the enemy of eternity. But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor. Therefore, I shall allow you to leave Tenshukaku alive.
Развалилась в прах.
The Raiden Shogun isn't gonna let us off just like that, right? Oh, the air feels suffocating. It must be the Raiden Shogun's almightiness. One strike from the Shogun and now Sinora's gone! She got what she deserved, but Paimon still can't help but feel upset. Why are they doing it? Why are the Harbingers collecting all the no-seeds? Huh? Traveler, you got a headache? Chin up! Let's get out of this place. Paimon feels unsettled.
Я вообще этого не помню.
Also, when the Shogun executed Siniora with the Muso no Hitotachi, it was unbelievably powerful. It seems impossible to defend against. And if so, we've got no hope whatsoever of defeating her in combat.
Какая-то режиссура у нас.
So, to recap, Yamiko wants us to go back inside the plane of Euthymia by the statue of the omnipresent god. Oh, but we'll be like lambs to the slaughter, won't we? Oh, maybe we could put this plan on hold.
Он сам идет.
There's the sound of electro zapping in the air. Paimon can barely breathe. Traveler, are you okay? You're so silent. Sounds like there's a lot of noise coming from outside Tenshukaku. Has a fight broken out or something? Oh, the guards seem really nervous. Well, let's go see what the situation is, shall we?
Вид, они лежат.
There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
So we meet again. Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again? Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience with me? Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation only to tell me this. If so, then you underestimate me. I am quite well informed about the Vision Hunt decree. Not so. Only everything that pertains to eternity. The Vision Hunt decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity. Otherwise, they would have been purged long ago.
Это.
Individual ambition is inherently incompatible with eternity.
С каких пор жизнь стала амбициями?
Is that all too often, people have far more to lose by chasing their dreams. Consider this. No one will lose their
Так,
life on account of
123 гигабайта весит наша запись.
Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on pursuing their own aspirations, are they not? Traveler, your existence is unique in my eyes. There seems to be limitless
У меня же голос
uncertainty in you.
отличается от Райден, да?
To put it another way,
Он
Не
более
знаю.
нежный
you are
какой-то.
the furthest thing from
Может, это
eternity.
подача другая, не знаю. Но как будто бы
So,
другой.
I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions. What matters is that I tread the path of eternity on my people's behalf. That's right. Huh. I'm surprised you understand it so well. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to shake my will, aren't you? So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity. Do you wish to become the
Так, подожди. У меня умерла Лиза.
Все живы.
enemy of eternity, traveler?
Хозяин царства Эфтинии.
Хорошее начало.
Да уж.
Я губа кинул 200 раз, она не кинулась.
Меч. Понятно.
У нее иммунитет. Ну, кто знал.
Кошмар, мы только с одной страшной бойни на другую перешли.
Да, это самая жесткая миссия. Ты посмотри, что творит.
Но нам хотя бы обновили ХП.
Она еще блокирует, короче, энергию нашу.
Разбивай, давай, давай.
I can't stop now. They need me. Let the show begin.
Куда?
Strike dead.
Freeze!
Evasion is futile. You are an enemy that requires special attention.
What's the hurry?
This ends now.
А это нехорошо.
Что нам делать? Только есть
Кушать.
еду, которой, кстати, уже нет почти.
Ничего страшного. Еда есть еще.
Я только что ее покормил.
Strike
Кстати, еженедельная райден тоже довольно жесткая. Нос его заканчивается, все заканчивается.
А я...
I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Я не могу ешку нажать.
А я...
Ни ульты, ничего, восстановление энергии 0 просто.
Но она хоть еще не перекрыла элементальную реакцию. Уже неплохо.
This ends now.
No ingredients for me
Да, для тебя нет ингредиентов. Может, дадим им усилку?
Я только ее покормил. Что тут можно дать? Не знаю, что это.
Шанскрит.
Instabilities will be removed.
Айо! Так, охота на глаз бога завершилась, но способ переменить ситуацию может тот, кто готов сопротивляться. То есть никто, да?
Push your luck.
Может появиться перед тем, кто готов сопротивляться. И как это понять?
Что мне делать?
Бей ее, просто бей ее. Вполне возможно, надо было все ж таки взять только ГГ. Точнее, ГГ и остальных. Ну.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close? Hmm?
Miko, this was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
I hope we can abolish the Vision Hunt Decree.
Мило. Я возмущена, что нам не сделали перевода. Там что-то интересное было написано, это явно. Ни на каком не перевели. Это подло.
Это точно. Но убить ее будет все равно сложно. Хотя нам усилили. Да что ж такое?
Ай-яй-яй, надо уворачиваться.
Да невозможно увернуться, она ебанутая, блядь. Она конченая. У меня нет выносливости, что я могу поделать?
Растудить твою дивизию. Райден. Которая которая Райден. Что угодно.
Хоть ульту включил. Уже хорошо. Ешка просто не нажимается. Что-то Лиза, конечно, вообще ни о чем здесь.
Мне очень нравится этот сад камней. Он никогда не будет сломан. Это какой-то не песок, а не знаю что. Либо просто узор на полу, либо хорошая такая глина. Высохшая.
Я очень сильно напрягает кошка наша. Она мяукает постоянно. Что ей нужно, я не понимаю.
Внимание.
Пусть отдохнет немножко.
Тогда, когда ей нужно внимание, понимаешь? Не когда тебе хочется ей дать внимание, когда она хочет. Это главное. Ну, мы на пути к достижению цели.
Ну тут ульта хоть смотрится побольше.
Ай. Уходи, уходи.
Я не знаю, как это работает. Но мы вернулись. Где ты?
Сахароза, ну что, что тебе надо? Иди сюда. Наиграть хочет. Вот что ей хочется.
Кошмарно, она просто сумасшедшая. Говорят, еще Морок самый сильный. Да это ж вообще убийца какая-то.
Но мы с ним и не дрались.
И слава богу. Но я стараюсь уворачивать, но это, конечно, вообще бесполезняк.
You've lost, eh?
Yes, I have.
Why can you not trust your people and in the power of their ambitions? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff out.
Кошка, конечно, манипуляторша просто.
Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue?
Наушники дать?
Нет.
Почему?
Они не дотянутся.
There are
Хотя хоть
nations
видно.
where humans cast their god aside and stride forward. So are we to just abandon the notion of progress for the sake of wishful thinking?
You and I have both witnessed the great loss that progress can bring. Eternity. Eternity is the only way. When lightning flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned. When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever.
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change, it does nothing more than simply exist. I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed.
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention. Your divine gaze.
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses. But I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to guide them along the correct path toward eternity.
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, eh?
For me?
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for centuries on end.
But it is necessary.
He will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet for the sake of eternity you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why? This is your plane of euthymia. It's your inner world. So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness here unbearable for a long time now, haven't you?
have nothing to say to that.
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail of the last few centuries with perfect clarity. So it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to
you. Nico, I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can still be friends?
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt decree.
Где же Пайман?
А ее сюда никто не звал.
Правильно, пошла она.
And the question of whether this nation should move forward, I need time to give it some thought.
Что у нее с носом происходит?
А что с ней, с ее носом? А, блики так дергают. Дергаются.
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning. As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of euthymia anyway? Is the Vision Hunt decree abolished?
Красиво.
Oh, gotcha. Paimon was super worried, you know. So maybe the reason Yamiko is looking for us now is because she wants to thank us. Let's go find her.
Где-то здесь электрокул.
Да на крыше же он был. А нет, на крыше мы забрали.
Может, на двух крышах. Так, а вот и я и Мика.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine?
Конечно.
A sign of piety, perhaps?
You literally told us to come meet you here.
I was just joking. I've been waiting for you.
Seems like someone's in a pretty good mood.
Mm-hmm. Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years was truly delightful. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne, with a Fatui Harbinger no less. Courageous and astute. That defeating Siniora head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations. Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to finally thwart the Fatui plan for once. They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another Gnosis.
Wait a second. Did you say Gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece.
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Нашла кому это рассказывать.
What's wrong?
I handed that over.
Во!
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the Balladeer exactly?
Что?
The Balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Siniora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
Да ты его там на лопатки положила, ну что такое?
Здесь что, может быть, не слышно особо.
After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis. Well, what's done is done, and Paimon heartily thinks we'll be getting it back now. So anyway, you still haven't told us why you called us here today.
It's to thank you.
Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not? As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the past. What would you like to know about?
Так,
Все расскажи.
все расскажи.
That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there's one other thing on this topic that I suspect you may be curious to know. Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No, the prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test. The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it. Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness.
Это про
Until
странника.
the Fatui took an interest in him.
Not the Fatui.
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than
Она
his
же
original
фейсом палмит.
specifications. The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as...
What a crazy story!
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny? I'm surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morax told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were 2 twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
Where's the wool?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is A, with whom we
То
are
есть
now
ее зовут
both acquainted.
Вельзевул.
Baal's name
Ну
was
тебя и,
Imпакта.
конечно, имя, что язык можно так вот. Бля-ля-ля-ля, пал.
Вельзевул, ну в чем проблема?
Кошмар.
Если знать эту...
А Баал звали
As far as the
Макото.
world was aware, there were not 2, but 1. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them.
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Paimon feels like she understands A lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Wow.
Sorry, I haven't a clue. I'm also unfamiliar with the god you described.
Врет.
Она же
But if you still have doubts
Кицуне,
about A, I would say they are
божество.
misplaced.
Кицуне как бы
Not
в
only does
Селесте
she not
делать
fit your
нечего.
description, but she voluntarily gave up her gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process. That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relationship rather awkward, don't you think?
Don't worry. We aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you the best of luck. As for your sister's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate
Конечно,
it.
конечно.
And I will also borrow some
Они прям
Ayado's
так помогут.
people from the
Как и все.
Shiamatsuban.
Очень помогут.
I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you. After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ну, вообще-то ни хрена не удобно. Мы как бы на одном континенте были. А тут нам опять плыть куда-то.
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never ending. But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge
Да
is
уж,
a
там бы у нас
resource?
просто так не получилось
Yes.
отдать
I
или
don't know
взять
whether it was
рецепт.
the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's a cute name.
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best. Are you sure?
Чао.
Okay then. Oh, traveler. Do you still have the omamori I gave you? Keep it safe. There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired
Ну,
that it was given
кандидатка
to you
на
by
нашу
none
программу
other than Yae Miko.
третья часть уже
Nice
понятна.
and beautiful.
Who in their right
Мне кажется, она
mind
занимается
do that?
самолюбованием.
Okay, I'll stop. Now a question for you.
Ты уже виделся с ней.
Traveler, I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now. Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Может, нам есть что дать Сакуре?
Что я могу сказать вообще в принципе по поводу всей этой серии Инадзумы? Прекрасно. Прекрасный сюжет. Как-то я вот проходил его, помню первый раз, что-то как-то у меня не было таких.
Там есть еще одно.
А что, раньше не дали, суки. Короче, великолепная миссия, прекрасная. Абсолютно хорошая. И 145 ранг приключений мы получили. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, как хорошо. То есть это классный сюжетик, интересный. Суммируем мы пойдем не скоро. У нас есть очень много заданий. Очень много заданий у нас есть в Инадзуме. Плюс у нас есть задания легенд, манштатские. Так что я предлагаю, что? Я предлагаю в следующей серии, после подписчиков, наверное, прочекать, что вот это за миссия. Или вот эту за миссию. Короче, много чего можно прочекать. У нас еще есть вот это, у нас еще есть вот это. Короче, насыщенно.
И много чего не взяли, мы еще не забывай об этом.
Что?
Мы много чего не взяли в мире.
Да, то есть мы тут в серии на 15-20 точно остаемся.
Ссылка на плейлист в описании под видео. Подписывайтесь на наш канал, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на Тикток. Шорты выходят.
На Телеграм подписывайтесь. Подпишитесь на Телеграм. Пишите комментарии, лайки ставьте.
Особенно под большими видео. Нам будет приятно. Все-таки это тоже работа, время. Да. Да, Сахарозу?
Всем удачи. Всем пока.
Пока.